Okay, so it's Christmas time. I'm an artist. I like murals, and I keep on asking cafes, hey, can I paint on your windows or your walls? So, I got windows. I'm an artist. I must paint. I must doodle. I got this like big bay window. I've got a bunch of Duplo that I need to avoid. And this big like flat window with stuff at the top with. So the first thing that I want to do is go find the markers. This is like our craft drawer. Maybe this is it. Chocolat, white chalk markers, a variety pack, fantastic. So the reason why I'm going for these white chalk markers is because they're pretty easy to wash off and because I have them. They're upstairs. So if you're gonna be doing this or something similar, you need to go get your stuff at a shop or online before you actually start, because this is one of the biggest things that I struggle with. Like, I wanna do something, but I wanna do it now. And so then if I need to wait, ADHD brain kicks in. I'm like, nah, I wanna do it now, right now. What I like to do is do a little bit of planning, not necessarily like where everything goes on the windows, but like the content of the windows, because I like freestyle doodling, but sometimes I'm like, like what should I do? And I guess this should be like Christmas themed, So I'm gonna go for a Sharpie because I'm not really concerned about the details, because these can be, pretty thick. There are some thin ones, but maybe I'll be going for something like this. It's a chisel tip. The next one down, it's one of these. A non-chisel tip, so maybe I'll go for that one too. So chisel tip in that one. I do like to keep my lines the same thickness throughout a piece, so maybe I'll go for this one. Maybe I'll make it a little bit more detailed. So I have like a range of characters that I think I could, make into Christmassy kind of doodles. And I think a Christmas hat would be quite fun to put on a bunch of them. So maybe on like birds, like that guy there, cloudy guy. I can also have one. I think I'll poopy man. Maybe he's like got one like that. Got happy sun, who, it's pretty rare these days in the Netherlands. Yeah, that'll be pretty good. I also like the idea of candy canes, like those things. I'm not gonna put much color in, just white. Like stripe. Kind of looks like bell bottoms or something. But maybe there could be some of these like here and there. And then some stars would also be cool, like some bigger stars. I do like to fill up the space with little stars like that. Maybe even some character stars. Like this. Okay, so I'm gonna do the back window first, because it means I need to move the least amount of things. Just a couple of pieces of paper, pot plant, the soda stream machine. So just gonna shake this a little bit first. Sometimes you have to like reactivate them on paper or shake them around a bit. Okay, so that looks a little bit thin for me. So I'm gonna go for the thicker one, the chisel tip. I think it will work better.
Julep, julep, julep.
Cloth is pretty handy to have if you ever make a mistake. Okay, let's have a look at what that looks like. Pretty cool already. Got a bit of a ho here. Got a mountain with a Christmas hat on. Yeah, happy sun, clouds. This cloud has one super long leg, short leg. Little smile over here. So I think on this left window and the right window, I'm going to do a giraffe and a dinosaur. Haha, because they're both kind of tall. My daughter is currently into dinosaurs a lot. Now for these windows, it's a little bit tricky now because I've like used up all of my ideas with the other windows, but I can reuse some elements, but I do feel a little bit challenged because I don't feel like repeating myself. But let's see what happens. I can use a little bit more swirls, I can make up a few more characters, or just start off with a couple of Christmas hats and just use stars and candy canes. And I can probably use some more words like Merry Christmas and Ho Ho Ho, things like that. But first I need to move the Christmas tree and the chairs. So this could be a cool idea. It says Merry Christmas in the middle and spoken by a bird, and then my wife has just given me some ideas around a bunch of Christmas hats on the window, but they could just be Christmas hats or characters or saying a bunch of stuff with some candy canes in between. So yeah, it could just be like, keep it simple, put a big Merry Christmas in there and then fill up all around that with some Christmas hats. Gonna give that a go. Okay, so we got Merry Christmas, but from the outside it's gonna read backwards. So I'm thinking of putting Merry Christmas backwards behind that or underneath that with another character over here saying it. Okay, that looks pretty cool. Merry Christmas and Merry Christmas from the other side. Yeah, I like it. And I'm gonna leave this window and this window for my daughter to doodle and paint on. There's just one more thing that I need to do, and that one more thing is very important, and that is to put a little poopy somewhere with a Christmas hat on. Yeah, I don't know if he's like as poopy as he could be with a Christmas hat on. Like that top part definitely is like a poopy identifier or makes him look like a poopy. Ooh, I see something that I need to put there. A little for the ear. There we go. So these little windows up here are now bugging me. So I'm gonna do some stars or moons in them, some little stars around, just to fill them up. Yeah, that just adds to it a little bit. Now the window feels complete. It's kind of weird, like when stuff is my own, I'm like, oh, I need to make it perfect. When stuff is a client's, I'm just like, oh, let's go. You've got like a day with me, or I've agreed upon this particular time and date, so I need to finish it by then. But I always like second guess myself. There's all these like mental games of like trying to make it perfect. So this is a little trick that I'm trying out now. It's like I split myself into the businessman or the client and then the artist. And the businessman says, hey, Rich the artist, I need this in the next 2 hours. Please, can you fulfill? And the artist, who's ADHD and fueled by dopamine, is like, yeah, I can do that, let's go.